There's a brightness to Australia that makes you feel safe. Endless empty beaches, warm red dirt roads. You wade into the shallows up to your waist. You spread a towel by the river. You reach into the back of the shed, and you never once think about what's holding still an arm's length away. You already know the postcard monsters, the box jellyfish, the great white, the funnel web on the warning sign. Forget them. The animals that actually matter here are the ones that don't fit the picture in your head at all, the ones you'd never guess were out there in the paddock, the river, the same dirt road you're standing on. So here are 15 dangerous animals of Australia, ranked not by how much harm they do, but by how completely they've stayed out of the picture you carry of this place. Some you've walked past, some you've swum with, and number one has almost certainly landed on your skin and you felt nothing. If you like looking twice at a country you thought you understood, subscribe. And tell me, which part of Australia are you watching from? Let's go. Number 15, the redback. We start with the spider you've probably already shared a house with. The redback loves exactly where you put your hands without looking, under the table lip, inside a boot on the porch, under the rim of the old outdoor toilet. She's a cousin of the black widow, and her venom works the same way. She isn't aggressive. She just hides so well you only meet her when your fingers are already in the web. Number 15 sets the theme. The animals that get you here aren't hunting you. They're already there, waiting. Number 14, the eastern brown snake. This is the snake that kills the most Australians. And it lives in your garden. It carries the second most toxic venom of any land snake on Earth. And unlike its shyer cousins, it thrives on the edge of us, the chook pen, the woodpile, the gap under the shed where the mice run. It's fast, it's nervous, its venom stops your blood from clotting. People die a few meters from the back door, doing something ordinary. Number 14 is proof the deadliest animal isn't the deadliest one. It's the deadly one that chose to live in your yard. Number 13, the Sydney funnel web. Often called the most dangerous spider alive. And what makes it dangerous is behavior. In summer, the males go wandering, straight into garages, into a shoe by the door, into the pool, where they survive underwater for hours and get scooped up alive. The fangs punch through a fingernail. A serious bite can take hold in under an hour. But here's the twist, almost nobody knows. Since the anti-venom arrived in 1981, not one person has died from a funnel web bite. Not one. The horror is real. We just quietly solved it and forgot. Number 13 is the monster that's been at the bottom of your pool the whole time. Number 12, the bull shark. Bull sharks have been found nearly 4,000 kilometers up the Amazon. Let that sink in. A shark in a river further from the sea than Sydney is from Perth, and they do it here. During the 2011 Queensland floods, they swam down a flooded main street. One Brisbane golf course had bull sharks living in its lake for 17 years. They can switch their bodies to survive fresh water, so the river you thought was the safe option, the Brown Murky Creek far inland, is exactly where they want you. Number 12 has been in your swimming hole all along. Number 11, the stonefish. Somewhere on the sandy bottom you just waded into, there's a rock that isn't a rock. The stonefish is the most venomous fish in the world, and its whole plan is to be invisible, sitting still, looking exactly like a lump of reef, with 13 needle spines up its back. You don't get bitten. You step on it. And survivors describe the worst pain imaginable, bad enough to beg for the leg to come off. Number 11 is why locals shuffle their feet in the shallows. Now you will too. Number 10, the jack jumper ant. Here's a fact that stops people cold. In southern Australia, stinging insects put more people in hospital with deadly anaphylaxis than snakes and spiders combined. And the worst offender is an ant. The jack jumper, small, fast, and named for the way it leaps at you, causes around 90% of Australia's ant venom allergies and has killed people in Tasmania. From sting to cardiac arrest can be 15 minutes. It nests in the ground, in your garden, and it comes out swinging. Number 10 is smaller than your fingernail, standing between the house and the shed. Number 9, the dingo. Halfway. If you're still here, you clearly want to know what really shares this country, so this is the moment to subscribe, because from here up, these are the ones people refuse to believe are real. With no wolves and no big cats, the dingo is the mainland's apex predator, and it works the edges of us, the campgrounds, the tourist islands. On Kagari, Fraser Island, that overlap has turned deadly, including the death of a child. People picture a friendly stray. What's out there is an intelligent, wild predator that has learned our rhythms. Number 9 is the wolf-shaped hole in the ecosystem, filled by something with a gentler name. Number 8, the cassowary. It's the most dangerous bird alive. Deep in the rainforest of far north Queensland walks a creature that looks like it stepped out of the age of dinosaurs, because it essentially did. It stands taller than a child. It wears a bony helmet. And on each inner toe it carries a straight, dagger-like claw up to 12 centimeters long. It wants nothing to do with you until a tourist feeds it. Then it loses its fear and starts demanding. Cornered, one kick can open you up. Number 8 is a living dinosaur, hiding in the one part of Australia that still looks prehistoric. Number 7, the saltwater crocodile. In 1971, there were about 3,000 left. Today, there are more than 100,000. Hunted almost to nothing, then protected, and the Northern Territory alone now holds over 100,000 of them. And saltwater lies to you. They cruise 100 kilometers up freshwater rivers, into billabongs and farm dams, and out to sea between islands. A big male runs to 6 meters and a ton and holds still, just eyes above brown water, patient enough to learn where you come down to drink. Number 7 is the apex predator you knew about, back in numbers you don't want to picture. Number 6, the platypus. The gentle animal on the coin is venomous. Almost nobody knows this. The male carries a spur on each hind leg that in breeding season delivers venom strong enough to drop a dog. It won't kill you, but people who've been spurred describe pain so severe and so long-lasting that morphine doesn't touch it. Pain that can linger for weeks. It's one of the only venomous mammals on Earth, paddling in the same creeks where kids catch yabbies. Number 6 is the friendliest face in Australia, hiding a weapon no one sees coming. 5, the feral pig. Now the animals nobody pictures. There may be 24 million feral pigs in Australia, nearly one for every person in the country. They came off the first fleet in 1788 and have been going wild ever since. A big boar is heavy, fast, and armed with tusks it keeps sharp against its own teeth. Cornered, it charges. Number 5 is a farmyard animal gone feral by the million, moving through the dark on the far side of the fence. Number 4, the feral water buffalo. You picture Southeast Asia, not the Australian outback. But brought over in the 1800s and then abandoned, the swamp buffalo walked off into the wetlands and never came back. By the 1980s, there were hundreds of thousands of them. A bull weighs well over a ton and carries a meter-wide sweep of horn, and hunters treat a cornered one as among the most dangerous animals in the country. Number 4 is a ton of the wrong continent standing in an Australian swamp. 3, the brumby. Australia has the largest wild horse herd on Earth. Hundreds of thousands of them run from the snowy mountains to the central deserts. They look like freedom, which is why people forget to respect them. A stallion defending his mares is powerful and unpredictable, and every year the real danger plays out on dark outback roads, where hitting a half-ton horse at speed is as deadly as anything on this list. Number 3 is the ghost of the frontier, still out there in the thousands. Number 2, the feral camel. Australia has the largest herd of wild camels on Earth. bigger than anywhere in Arabia. Hundreds of thousands of them, by some counts over 1 million, roaming the deserts of the interior. Here's how. From the 1840s, camels were shipped in with the Afghan cameleers who handled them to open up country that would kill a horse. Then the motorcar arrived, and they were simply let go. In a drought, a mob of thirst-crazed camels will smash through fences, tanks, and taps to reach water. Number 2 is an animal from the deserts of Arabia, gone wild in the outback for a century, and most of the world has no idea it's there. Number 1, the mosquito. And the most dangerous animal in Australia is one you'll barely see, will feel only as an itch, and have already killed with your own hand 100 times. Put every famous killer together, the croc, the brown snake, the funnel web, and they don't touch what this insect does, quietly, every summer. Australian mosquitoes carry Ross River virus, which floors thousands of people a year with fever and joint pain that drags on for months. They carry Murray Valley encephalitis, and in recent years Japanese encephalitis, which can kill or cause permanent brain damage, reached the mainland and began turning up where it had never been recorded. No fangs, no claws, no warning. A thing the size of a grass seed lifts off a backyard bucket at dusk, settles on your arm while you watch the sunset, and weeks later, something in your blood is not the same. Every animal on this list hides. This one hides in plain sight, at every barbecue, in every backyard, and you've never once been afraid of it. Number 1 is the smallest animal in Australia, and the one most likely to change your life. So here's what this list is really about. Not fear. This is one of the most extraordinary countries on the planet, and it's worth every dusty road and empty beach. It's about the gap between how open it looks and how much it's actually holding. The redback is still under the table. The camel is still out in the red center, a century into a life no one planned. And somewhere, the moment you finally decide this beautiful country is tame, the smallest of them all lifts off the water and comes looking for you.